What's up everyone, here is AhkTaar, welcome back on my YouTube channel. I am going to show you some content about the new rotation on the Elemental City, and first of all I would like to say that I love this strategy. You are gonna see that here, for example, I'm not using Nicholas because you don't need to use Nicholas if you have some other kind of heroes. For example, here it is the stage 65 and I'm using Mamuk. Mamuk is such an amazing hero for this kind of rotation because enemy here, there are 4 enemies with single target attacks, and the Drakes only attacks in AoE, but it's okay because with the consolidation I can apply consolidation shield counter attack on my heroes to deal more damage and to protect my heroes, and it's not going to trigger any pursuits of enemies as we had on the poison rotation before. So I love that. Look at this strategy. For example, here I am gonna use Mamuk. You're gonna understand why, because this is the stage 65 and the boss has a particular mechanic. I'm gonna make one video for each boss in this rotation in order to give you some tips to try to beat them. Look at that. Mamuk is just the perfect hero to use in here. Ally protection, I'm also using Villette because there is a specific mechanic against this boss. I'm gonna talk about that later in another video. Look at that. Everybody is attacking only my Mamuk, which is pretty great though. It is pretty insane. So, I am pretty safe with this team because he is immortal, they can't remove the buffs on my heroes, so they are forced to attack my Mamuk, and so my other heroes are safe and Mamuk can't die. This is such a good strategy because Mamuk can have almost every time the immortal and the taunt on him. He is such a great hero for that. If you don't have Mamuk, if you have Freak, you can use Freak instead. You are gonna have the taunt during 2 turns, but I'm not sure that he can tank enough. So let's talk about the strategy of enemies now. First of all, yeah, there is a huge amount of text to read, but don't be feared about that. I'm gonna explain everything. As you can see, they have a different kind of buffs. Every enemy here has this buff right here. And so they have mutualism. When they have that, they are sharing damage between each others. That means if you target one enemy, the others are going to take some damage for him. Okay, this is really important. When one enemy falls down below 50% of HP, he will lose this buff here. But he has also vibrancy. I'm not sure, I think this is vibrancy, something like this. When they have vibrancy, if they fall down below 50% HP, they are gonna lose vibrancy and then they are gonna be immune to all dot and direct damage. So in order to kill enemies here, you need to lower the health of every enemy until they all lose vibrancy. Okay? Every enemy should be below 50% of HP if you want to try to be able to kill them. You want to kill them all at once, or you have two turns to kill them. Otherwise, after the 2 turns, if one is dead, he is gonna revive himself with 15% of max HP. So yeah, you want to make some AoE attacks in order to share the damage between each enemies and kill them all at once. This is the strategy here. This is why I am using Nita here, but you can use your Hezanja, you can use a Natalie, you can use a Bull, for example, the new hero. He is gonna be great for this kind of content because you are gonna need some direct damage, and so Bull, if you have him, just build him for this for this content. He's gonna be great. Quinlan also, probably every hero that deals heavy damage in AoE is gonna be great. Even Margarita, I'm pretty sure that you can use Margarita here with a heavy damage, probably you are gonna destroy enemies. So, then let's talk about this. Look at that. They have less defense, that means you need to use direct damage heroes in order to deal more damage to them, and this is important. So here I'm on the dog. He is gonna get 1 layer of Sun Dust after an ally deals 1 basic attack, and he's gonna increase his basic attack damage by 20% and piercing rate by 10% up to 10 layers. So every time an enemy is gonna attack you, the dog is gonna buff himself. If I go on a Scorpio, for example, At the beginning of his turn, he is gonna get a quicksand on him for each layer of debuff he has on him, so you want to avoid having too many debuffs on the target, on the Scorpios, otherwise they are gonna get an extra turn for each layer they have on them, for each debuff, up to 3 debuff. So they can attack you basically up to 3 or 4 times, something like this, during one turn if they have too many debuffs on them. Even if they have a control effect, they are gonna get the extra turn, and the next turn they won't be controlled anymore, so they will be able to act. So be careful about that. And now let's talk about the Drake here. The Drake, when he dies, if there are some enemies alive, they are gonna deal an AoE attack, and the more the allies are alive, the higher the damage, so be careful. You want to kill them in last position, but in fact it doesn't really matter because you want to kill them all at once. So this is how it works. So then you have the damage coefficients. The Drake is going to deal additional damage for each layer of buff on the target, so be careful using your buffs. The dog here is going to attack you and consume the layers of sand dust here. And finally, the Scorpio here is going to transfer 1 layer of self-owned debuff randomly to his target. So be careful with your debuffs. So here with this kind of strategy, I am using a single target hero, and also I'm using Nita to kill enemies fast. So for example, if I attack here, as you can see, all enemies are taking the same amount of damage. Now I'm gonna deal an AoE attack. Look at that, the damage are sharing between each others, which is pretty nice. Also, Violet is pretty interesting for this kind of content because sometimes you have one hero who takes too much damage, and if you are lucky enough, or if you have enough effect hit on her to inflict confusion on them, okay, it procced on 2-3 heroes, then they are not gonna focus the main target. So you have some chance to be attacked on another hero with full life and to survive with your hero. Let's have a look. For example, the Scorpio, we are gonna see, normally the Scorpio here shouldn't attack my Mamuk. Okay, he did. You have some chance to avoid that. And look at that, I am pretty safe though. Everybody is focusing on my Mamuk and they are dying. So now I can just use my skills like this and they are dying. So second wave, you repeat the same here. Okay, I don't have the taunt, so you have to be careful about when you are using your skills before the next wave. So now I have not a lot of buffs on my heroes and not a lot of debuffs on enemies before they act, so I'm not taking a lot of damage. So I could tank the first attack, but it was close though. So now I can continue, I can apply the taunt this time and the immortal on my Mamuk, and so I'm safe. Now I'm safe. And here we go. Here we go, until we finish the wave and kill the boss. So if you don't have a Mamuk, you know what, let's try using a Fridge. And let's try to remove a Violet by another one in order to see if it is working or not. So I want to remove these 2 heroes. I said to use Fridge. So here he is. And finally, yeah, he can lower the attack of the boss, so it's gonna be great. And also you want to deal more damage or to have more stuff. I removed the Violet, okay? I removed the Violet. You can't land a speed down on bosses on this rotation, so it doesn't really matter to use Nicolas, Space, Guhana or other heroes to lower the speed. Oh, you know what? Probably Ikina is gonna be awesome against this boss, because he has 300 million HP, something like this, and he has a really specific mechanic. I'm gonna talk about that in a future video. But I'm currently trying to beat him, so let's try with that. So first of all, let's buff my heroes. You know what? Let's apply the taunt. It's working, pretty insane. So use this mechanic and you're gonna be safe during all the fight. This is such a great strategy. And I love that because that means you don't need to use Nicholas. And thank you DH Game for that. I love to try different kind of teams, and this is the first rotation on which I am going to try different kind of teams, and it is gonna work. Thank you so much. Thank you guys for watching the video. I hope that you are going to be able to clear this kind of content easier than the previous rotations. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me, and have a nice day. See you soon. Bye bye.